Hello, I'm Mark Lee Greenblatt, the Inspector General for the U.S. Department of the Interior, or DOI. Each year, we issue a report outlining the major management challenges facing the department. In this report, we identify what we've determined to be DOI's most significant management and performance challenges. We base this assessment on our previous work and understanding of DOI programs, as well as those areas the U.S. Government Accountability Office has reviewed or highlighted in its annual high-risk list. These challenges guide our work planning for the coming year and help us determine where we will focus our resources. We've organized this year's report into three main challenge areas: managing spending, delivering core services, and ensuring health and safety. DOI's Fiscal Year 2023 budget request includes more than $18 billion to carry out its wide-ranging programs. The department manages 20% of the nation's land and waters, many of which have historical or cultural significance, like national parks and monuments, wildlife refuges, dams and hydroelectric power plants, and large tracts of federal land and water. The department's portfolio includes buildings and structures valued at more than $400 billion, and it spends billions of dollars every year in contracts and grants. In short, to maintain its assets and accomplish its mission, the DOI must manage significant spending. The specific challenge areas at managing spending are contract and grant oversight, deferred maintenance, and infrastructure. For instance, with respect to infrastructure, Congress enacted the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, which appropriated $30.2 billion to the department to restore critical habitats, address the drought crisis, assist with wildland fire management, and help communities prepare for extreme weather events. DOI must ensure that it can promptly deploy that funding, maintain staffing and resource capacity, produce reliable information, and establish appropriate program controls. Each DOI bureau and office has a unique mission to deliver a variety of distinct core services in support of agency responsibilities that include managing public lands, protecting the nation's natural resources and cultural heritage, conserving land and water, addressing the impacts of climate change, and upholding tribal trust and related responsibilities. Within those wide-ranging core responsibilities, the department must balance competing priorities and land uses, such as conservation, energy production, recreation, forestry, and habitat protection. Under the broader concept of delivering core services, we identified the following key challenge areas: IT security, data quality, energy, water and power management, and responsibility to Native Americans. Of particular importance, the Inflation Reduction Act authorized an additional $4 billion for the Bureau of Reclamation for drought mitigation in the West. The DOI faces challenges in managing the delivery of water, protection of fish and wildlife habitat, and the generation of hydroelectric power. A critical part of DOI's mission is protecting the health and safety of its workforce and the public. The department employs almost 70,000 people and has more than 130,000 volunteers who support and serve more than 500 million visitors to the public lands every year. Ensuring employee and public safety is complex and spans many DOI responsibilities. With that in mind, under the topic of ensuring health and safety, we identified three specific challenge areas: wildfire management, law enforcement, and agency actions to address climate impact. To take the example of agency actions to address climate impact, this is an issue that the department itself has identified as a key priority. According to the fourth National Climate Assessment, climate change is causing potentially harmful impacts to marine and other animal life, increased high temperature extremes and heavy precipitation events, more frequent flooding, and increasing wildfires. All of these issues impact DOI's portfolio and the programs that it has implemented. Natural disasters can moreover expose federal real property assets, such as office buildings, levees, roads, and bridges, to damage that requires substantial resources to repair or rebuild. In fact, in 2021, the United States experienced 20 separate weather and climate disasters in which overall damages reached or exceeded $1 billion. DOI must effectively and efficiently implement its policies that are intended to address the effects of climate change on its mission, programs, operations, and personnel. The Inflation Reduction Act authorized $5.8 billion for the department to address those climate change issues. The department's complex mission and often competing priorities are reflected in the interconnected challenges it faces when managing spending, delivering core services, and ensuring health and safety. I invite you to read our report, linked in the description of this video, to learn more about what we believe to be the biggest management and performance challenges facing the department in the coming year. Thank you.